Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Shabbat Shalom. I hope everyone picked up a prayer book, a Siddur. We will begin this morning of celebration with some singing on page 192. Words of Matovu. How wonderful are your tents, your dwelling places, O Israel. Let's join together. Matovu, Matovu, Ohalecha Yaakov, Mishkenotecha Israel, Matovu, Matovu, Ohalecha Yaakov, Mishkenotecha Israel, Vani berov chastecha, avo veitecha, Eshtacha velecha l'kodshecha, be'yiratecha. Matovu, 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 Ohalecha Yaakov, Mishkenotecha Israel. Let's try that. Matovu, Matovu, Ohalecha Yaakov, Mishkenotecha Israel, Mishkenotecha Israel. Amen. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Well, good morning, everyone. What a beautiful, beautiful morning. We are here today to do a few things. The first is to celebrate Shabbat because it's Saturday morning and that's what we do on Shabbat. And the second thing we are here to do today, Oren, you're not usually up here. It must be something special. Today we are here to celebrate the bar mitzvah of Oren Tucker. He has worked so hard to be here ready and prepared to celebrate on this day along with his whole family. And we are just delighted to celebrate with all of you and this whole crew of supportive, loving family who has come from internationally. Canada, right? Anyone international outside of Canada? No. But just all over, Philadelphia, Montreal. We're just all happy you're here. No, not Montreal. That is you, right? Oh, but you're not from there now? You live in Philadelphia. I don't know why I thought I must have gotten the wrong impression. Well, you bring that Canadian spirit, and we're excited about that. So, good morning, everybody. We are going to begin by inviting Oren and his dad to put on his talit for the first time, which is one of those special things that you get to do now for the first time as a bar mitzvah. Please come on up and come on over here.
I want to give me a hand with this.
Well, first say the blessing. Oren, is it written on here? No. Do you know it?
No.
Okay, we'll do it together. Okay, so here's the trick to putting on a talit. First, you hold it in front of you, wait, like this. Okay, so hold it like this. Okay, then you say, Baruch atah Adonai.
Baruch atah Adonai.
Eloheinu melech haolam.
Eloheinu melech haolam.
Asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav.
Asher kidishanu b'mitzvotav.
Lahit hatef.
Lahit hatef.
Bat tzitzit.
Bat tzitzit.
All right, now your dad's gonna help you. You're gonna kind of swing it around until it's
like a cape.
Like a cape, exactly. It basically is a cape. Okay, well, almost. I'll show you that move later. There you go.
Same
Hugs
thing.
and kisses, and we'll begin.
Yeah.
so in a second, you're going to do your morning blessings, but before you do, I'm going to just tell everyone about our Siddur, okay? All right, so in a moment, we'll begin with our Birkot HaShachar, our morning blessings, the miracles of every day. As we turn to page 198, you'll see that this book goes in the Hebrew direction, which means that what seems like the back is actually the front, and what seems like the front is actually the back. Do you have your book? Where's your book? Yeah, go get that. As we make our way through the Siddur, we will call page numbers, so if you get lost or you find yourself on a different page than we are, it's no problem. Just stay where you are for a moment and you'll hear another page number before you know it. Last thing I want to remind you of is you do not need your phones out or on. We have a professional photographer here to make sure all of the important moments are captured, and we want you to be able to be fully present with Oren and his family. So please feel free to put those away and make sure that they are not disrupting you or any of us as we join in on the Shabbat morning service together. All right, page 198.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan l'sevivina lechachim ben yom uven laila.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam pokeach ivrim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam matir ashurim.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam zokef kefufim.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam rokah haaretz al hamayim.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamechin mitzadei gaver.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam malbish arumim.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hanoten layaf koach.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hama'avir shana me'enai utnuma me'afa pai.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam sheyasani betzelem Elohim.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam sheyasani ben chorim.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam sheyasani Yisrael.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam ozir Yisrael bigvura.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam oter Yisrael b'tifara.
Amen.
Let's turn to page 224 for the Chatzi Kaddish.
יתקדש ויתקדש שמי רבך, ועלמא דברך חילותי וימליך מלכותי, וחי יכון וחי לכל בית ישראל, וגאלה וזמן קריב וימרו. אמן. יהי שמי רבך מברך, לעולם ולעולמי עלמיה יתברך. יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם וינשא ויתהדר ויתהלל ויתהלל שמי לקודשה. בריחו לילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה דמירן בעלמא וימרו. Amen.
Let's turn to page 226. We'll stand together for the Baruch Hu.
We join together in a special nigun. Yai lai lai, yai lai lai lai, yai lai 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 lai. Let's all try that. Yai lai lai, yai lai lai lai, yai lai 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 lai. Second part. Yai lai 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 lai, yai lai. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed. Yai lai lai, yai lai lai lai, yai lai lai lai.
Page 228.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam yotzer or uvorei choshech oseh shalom uvorei et hakol.
Hameir la'aretz v'ladarim aleha barachamim, uvtuvo mechadesh b'chol yom tamid ma'aseh v'reishit. Ma rabu ma'asecha Adonai, kulam b'chochma asita, mal'ah ha'aretz kinyanecha. Titbarach Adonai Eloheinu, al shevach ma'aseh yadecha, ve'al me'orei or, she'asita yifa'arucha selah.
Or chadash al Zion ta'ir v'nizkechu lanu mehera le'oro. Baruch atah Adonai yotzer hameorot.
Let's turn to the next page. Go ahead.
How deeply you have loved us, Adonai, our God, gracing us with surpassing compassion. On account of our forebears whose trust led you to teach them the laws of life, be gracious to us, teaching us as well, O merciful one. Have mercy on us by making us able to understand and discern, to heed, learn, and teach, and lovingly to observe, perform, and fulfill all that is in your Torah. Enlighten our eyes with your Torah. Focus our minds on your mitzvah. Unite our hearts in love and our reverence for your name. Then we will feel shame, never deserve rebuke, and never stumble. Having trusted in your great and awesome holiness, we shall celebrate your salvation with joy.
Gather us in peace from the four corners of the earth, and lead us upright to our land. For you, O God, work wonders. You chose us. Truly, you drew us near to your great name, that we might acknowledge you, declaring you one in love.
Praised be you, Adonai, who chooses your people, Israel, in love.
Baruch atah Adonai, habocher b'mo Yisrael be'ahava. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai echad.
Baruch
Shem kevod malchuto leolam va'ed.
You may be seated. Let's join Oren on page 234.
Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha u'v'chol nafshecha u'v'chol meodecha ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mesavecha hayom alevavecha V'shinatam levanecha, v'dibarta bam, b'shivtecha, b'veitecha, uvletecha v'derech, uv'shochecha, uv'kumecha, uv'shartam leot al yadecha, v'hayu letotafot b'neinecha, uv'chtavtam, Amazzo beitecha uvisharecha leman tiskeru ve'asiten et kol mitzvotai ve'iten kedoshim leloechem Ani Adonai Elohechem אשר הוצאתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם אלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם.
Emet.
We turn to page 239, and Oren will lead us responsively in the reading at the bottom of the page.
The eternal truth is that you alone are God and there is none else.
May the righteous of all nations rejoice in your love and exult in your justice.
Let them beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks.
Let nation not lift up sword against nation, nor learn war anymore.
You shall not hate your brother or your sister in your heart.
The stranger that sojourns with you shall be accepted as your equal, for you were strangers in the land of Egypt.
Why do you crush my people and oppress the poor? Asks God.
We know that the Eternal One defends the poor and upholds the rights of the needy.
Praise to God Most High.
Blessed is God and deserving of blessing. Page 240. We join together in Mitchamocha. Yai lai 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 lai. Yai lai 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 lai. Yai lai 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 ya lai 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 lai. Yai lai 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 yai lai 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 lai. Look to Rabbi for the claps and let's sing together. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi chamocha nehedar b'kodesh, nora tehilot osef eleh, nora tehilot osef eleh. We sing a new song, Shir HaChadashah, Shibechu Ge'ulim, Leshimcha L'Sefat Hayam. יחד כולם הודו והמליכו, הודו והמליכו ואמרו, and double time, יאי לי 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 לי, יאי לי 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 לי, יא לי 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 לי, יא לי 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 לי, יאי לי לי לי, יאי לי 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 לי. Adonai imloch leolam vaed, Sur Yisrael, kulma be'ezrat Yisrael, ufedei chenumecha Yehuda ve'Yisrael. Go aleinu Adonai tzvaot shemo, kedosh Yisrael, Baruch atah Adonai, Gale Yisrael.
We'll turn to page 242, where we find the Amidah, our standing prayer. Oren will lead us in the first three prayers, and then we'll have some time for individual prayer and reflection. I invite you to stand as we turn to page 242.
Adonai, open up my lips, let my mouth may declare your praise.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu ve'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el HaGadol, HaGibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'Konei HaKol, V'Zocher Chasdei Avot V'Imahot, U'Mevi Geula Livnei V'Nechem, Leman Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer u'Mashiach u'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham ve'ezrat Sarah, atah
Gibor le'olam Adonai, Mechayeh HaKol atar v'le'hoshia.
Morid hatal, Mechalkel Chaim bechesed,
Mechayecha kol berachamin rabin. Somech noflim berochecholim. Umatir ashurim. Umechayen emunato lishene afar. Michamocha bagevurot. Umidom elach. Melech memit umechaye. Umatzmiach Yeshua. Beniman atala hiot hakol. Baruch atah Adonai. Mechayech hakol.
The Kedushah can be found on page 248. We will continue together going up on our toes on Kadosh, Kadosh, Kadosh. Nekadeh sheshimcha ba'olam כשם שמקדישים אותו בשמי מרום, כך כתוב על ינמיך, וככה זה לזה, ואמר, קדוש, 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 אדוני צבאות, מלוך כל הארץ כבודו. אדיר אדירנו, אדוני אדוננו, מאדיר שמך בכל הארץ. Baruch kevod Adonai mimekomo echad. Eloheinu hu avinu hu malkeinu hu moshienu vehu yashmir berachamav leinei kol echad. Ani Adonai Elohechem imloch Adonai leolam Elohai Zion ledor vador hallelujah. לדור ודור נגיד קודלך, ולנצח נצחים קדושתך נקדיש, ושבחך אלוהינו מפינו לא ימוש לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני, האל הקדוש.
Okay, all right, you can go sit down. You may be seated. We'll take this time for our own private prayers, beginning with this meditation on page 253. We offer thanks, O God, for the Shabbat, which unites us in faith and hope, for Shabbat holiness, which inspires sacred living, for Shabbat memories glowing even in darkness, for Shabbat peace born of friendship and love. We offer thanks and blessing, O God. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh haShabbat. If you would like to use the words in the page, they continue through 260, or of course, you may find comfort in the words of your heart.
Page 258. We join together in a prayer for peace, and I'm going to teach you the refrain first so that when it comes in the song, we can all sing it together. It's very singable, and you're going to get it very quickly. And I'll even show you when to move up and move down. It goes like this. Sim, 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 shalom, Tova uvracha ba'olam. Let's try that. Sim, shalom. Tova uvracha ba'olam. The next part. Chen v'chesed v'rachamim. Try that. Chen v'chesed v'rachamim. Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Amecha. From the beginning now. Sim, shalom. Tova uvracha ba'olam. Very good. Sim, shalom. Tova uvracha ba'olam. Ki ve'or panecha. Ki ve'or panecha natata lanu Adonai Eloheinu. Torat chaim ve'ahavat chesed u'tzedaka u'veracha verachamim ve'chaim ve'shalom ve'shalom. Sim, shalom. Tova uvracha ba'olam. Everybody now. Sim, shalom. Tova uvracha ba'olam. Chen v'chesed v'rachamim. Chen v'chesed v'rachamim. Chen v'chesed v'rachamim. Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Amecha. Last time, here we go. Sim, shalom. Tova uvracha ba'olam. Sim, shalom. Tova uvracha ba'olam. Baruch atah Adonai hamevarech et amo Yisrael v'shalom.
At this time, we turn to Seder Kriyat HaTorah, our Torah service, which you can find on page 362. In a moment, I will call up a few groups of people. I'll call up the people who will be opening the Ark this morning, and I will also be calling up the generations of Oren's family who will be passing the Torah from hand to hand until it reaches Oren. And what this symbolizes for all of us is the generations that had to pass Torah for thousands of years beforehand in order for us to arrive here at this day, and then perhaps even more poignantly, the generations yet to come, the people who will receive Torah from Oren, the people who will learn from him. All of you today will learn a little bit from him, carrying these lessons forward from now for the next many thousands of years. So at this time, to open the Ark, I would like to invite Zachary Levin, Noah Levin. Is it Levin or Levine? Levin, none of the above. Zachary Levin, Noah Levin, Madison Levin, Mackenzie Levin, and Tyler Levin. And to pass the Torah, Joyce Levin, Stephen Levin, Mara Tucker, Aaron Tucker, and of course, Oren Tucker. Let's all stand together as we turn to page 362.
Ein kamocha v'Elohim Adonai ve'ein kemasecha malechutecha malchut kol olamim u'memshaltecha b'chol dor v'dor Adonai melech Adonai malach Adonai himloch leolam va'ed Adonai oz le'amo yitein Adonai yevarech et hamo v'shalom Avad rachamim heitiv avirtzonecha et Zion Tivnei chomot Yerushalayim Tivnei Chomot Yerushalayim Ki vechad levad batachnu Melech Elohim v'nisa Adon olamim Ki mitzion teitzei Torah Ki mitzion teitzei Torah Udevar Adonai mirushalayim Baruch Shenatan Torah Baruch Shenatan Torah Le'amo Yisrael B'kedushato Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Eloheinu Gadol Adonenu Kadosh Shemo Gadlul Adonai iti Uneromema Shemo Yachtav.
Now, before we pass the Torah, I invite you to turn back around. Before we pass the Torah this morning, I want to acknowledge that not only do you see the generations here, but the talit that Oren is wearing belonged to his great-grandfather, Aaron's great-great. So Aaron's great-grandfather, Oren's great-great-grandfather. So we truly have the generations present here with us this morning as we pass the Torah.
And to add, his great-great-grandfather was a cantor, Chazan. Ledor vador nagid God lecha. Ledor vador we protect this chain. From generation to generation. Ledor vador, these lips will praise your name. These lips will praise your name. Lecha Adonai Hagedullah V'Hagevurah V'Hatiferet V'Hanetzach V'Hahod Ki chol b'shamayim u'va'aretz Ki chol b'shamayim u'va'aretz Lecha Adonai hamamlacha v'haminaseh lechol lerosh Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachavu lechar kodsho Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachavu lechar kodsho Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu al shlosha devarim
I'd like to invite Tyler and Noah and Zachary. I know you were just here. Come on back up. I need your help. You all can go sit back down. Yeah, you can go sit back down. Thank you. We'll call you back up in a minute for your aliyah.
Al shlosha devarim Al shlosha devarim Ha'olam omed Al ha'torah ve'al ha'avodah Ve'al gemilut chasadim Al ha'torah ve'al ha'avodah ועל גמילות חסדים.
Thank you to everyone. That was very helpful and very cute. All right, Oren, are you ready to read some Torah?
Yeah.
Yes, thank goodness, because that is what we're going to do right now. So Oren is reading from Parshat Bamidbar, which is also the first parsha in the book of Bamidbar, which we know as the book of Numbers. And it begins with a long census, a counting of all the people who are a part of the Israelite community, a part of the society, and they are acknowledging, in fact, that each person counts. And so one thing that is significant about becoming a bar mitzvah is that now that you are 13 years old and officially, well, you'll be officially a bar mitzvah in about 3.5 minutes. Now that you are officially a bar mitzvah, you count. You count as an adult in our community. You would count as part of a minyan. You would count as someone who is obligated to fulfill the mitzvot and be an active part of our community. So you've been in training all of this time, and now, just like your parsha says, you are officially a counted member of the community. So for your first aliyah, if you'd like to follow along, I believe it's in the service packets that you received. And for our first aliyah, we'd like to invite your grandparents, Joyce Levin and Stephen Levin. Come on back up. I know I just told you to sit down.
תעמוד יהודית אתל בת אלוש ברל, יעמוד שמחה לב בן חיים אליעזר, יעמדו ראשון.
So blessing before. Baruch Hu.
ברוך אדוני המבורך לעולם ועד.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch atah Adonai,
You just keep going.
Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim, v'natanu lanu et torato. Baruch atah Adonai, noten ha'torah.
Amen. Should have kept the microphone in front of Mama. Amen.
Amen. Vayedaber Adonai El Moshe Bemidbar Sinai Be'el Moed Be'ehad Lahodesh Hasheni Bashana Hashenit Letzetam Me'eretz Mitzrayim Lemor Zeu et Rosh Kol Hadad Bnei Yisrael Lemishpechotam Levet Avotam Bemishpar Shemot Kol Zachar Legugelotam.
Blessing after.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah emet, vayei olam nata bechotenu. Baruch atah Adonai, noten ha'torah.
Amen.
Yasher koach, hugs and kisses, and you can come stand next to Cantor. And for our next aliyah, it is always an opportunity for us to kvel when we get to invite a recent, not so recent, but a kind of recent bat mitzvah to come and share the blessing before Torah reading for another bar bat mitzvah. In this case, Anna, you get to have the honor of this blessing for your brother's Torah reading.
Ya ta'amod Chana bat Avra. Ta'amod Chana bat Aharon v'Miriam. Ta'amod Sheni.
Baruch Hu et Adonai Hamvorach.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim, v'natan lanu et torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'torah.
Amen.
Mi bein etrim shana v'amala Kol Yosei Sava Israel, Tifkedu Otam, Letzivotam Atave Araram. Veitechen Yihiyu, Ish Lamate, Ish Rosh, Levet Avotav, Hu. Ve'ele Shemot Hanashim, Asher Ya'amdu Itechem, Liruvain, Elitzur Ben Shedeur. Leshimon, Shlomiel Ben Suri Shaddai.
Blessing after.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam natan b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Yasher Koach, hugs and kisses. Then you get to stand over here. I don't think she was taller than me at her bat mitzvah. No, you get to stay. You stay. You get to stay. You get to stay. And for our third aliyah, we invite Oren's parents, Mara and Aaron Tucker. Oh, you know what? It's on the first.
Yamod Acharon Tamod Miriam bat Simcha Lev Yehudit Ethel Ya'amdu Shelishit.
Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach.
Baruch Adonai HaMorach Leolam Va'ed.
Baruch atah Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Amen. Lehuda Nachshon Ben Aminadav. Leisahar Netanel Ben Suar. Lizvulun Eliav Ben Helon.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam nata betochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Yasher Koach, hugs and kisses right here. Really chanted like the grandson of a cantor. And I think you've got an invitation for the High Holy Day Choir.
Yes, I need tenors,
coming.
my friend.
All right, so parents, you all get to stay. Anna, now, oh, you get to stay too. So this aliyah, this is when we call Oren to chant the blessing before the Torah reading. And Oren, this is the moment. This is when you become truly an adult in our community. He's going to call you first, like a cantor.
Yamod, Yamod, Habachur Habar Mitzvah Oren, Ben Aharon ve'Miriam, Chazak, Chazak, v'nitchazik.
Baruch Hu et Adonai Hamvarah.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorach Leolam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarah Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bahar banu mikol ha'amim ve'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Livnei Yosef Le'Ephraim Elishama ben Amihud Limnashe Gamliel ben Peratsur Levin Yamin Eliav ben Gidoni. Ledan Achiesel ben Amishadai. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torat emet v'chaye olam nata betochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
And we say Yasher Koach. Yasher Koach, which means if you keep doing things the way you just did them, you will surely go far. Hugs and kisses for your parents. Then you get to sit down for just a brief moment. And your sister, too. You got that. At this time in our service, we turn our prayers to thoughts of healing. The Torah in front of us offers strength from its generations of teachings. We turn to page 371 where we find this prayer. If there's someone you are thinking of who is in need of healing, whether that be mental, physical, or spiritual healing, we invite you to share those names out loud at this time.
Misheberach Avotenu v'imotenu Avraham, Yitzhak v'Yaakov, Sarah, Rivka, Rachel v'Leah, Hu yevarech, Hu yerapeh et hacholim. HaKadosh Baruch Hu yimale rachamim aleichem, lehachal imam ulerapotam ulehachazikam, ve'ishlach lachem mehera refuah, refuah shlema min hashamayim, urefuat hanefesh urufat haguf, hashta bagalav izman kariv, venomar amen.
May the one who blessed our ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebekah, Rachel, and Leah, bless and heal those who are ill. May the Blessed Holy One be filled with compassion, for their health to be restored and their strength to be revived. May God swiftly send them a complete renewal of body and spirit, and let us say, Amen. Let's stand as we dress the Torah. Madison and Mackenzie, will you please come help us as we prepare to put it back in its resting spot while we read Haftarah together.
You guys have to do this part.
So he's going to lift it first, and we'll help dress it.
וזאת התורה אשר שם משה לפני בני ישראל על פי אדוני ביד משה. תורה, 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 ציווה לנו משה. Torah, 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 ציווה לנו משה. 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 Torah, 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 ציווה לנו משה. Torah, 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 ציווה לנו משה.
Cantor will introduce the Haftarah.
You may be seated. So now we are going to hear a few verses from the books of the prophets that are the second section of the Tanakh, or the Hebrew Bible. And this week's Haftarah portion that's connected to Bamidbar comes from the prophet Hosea. And remember what Rabbi Mason Barkin said, that it's about in Bamidbar, in the wilderness, the first thing that the Israelite people do to make some sense of where they are is they count themselves. They make a census. And so here too, in the opening verses of Hosea, it says, "The number of the people of Israel shall be like the sands of the sea. not to be measured or counted, and where they were called, you are not my people, and they shall be called the children of the living God. So it's not that they are counting the people, it is that they are counting the blessings that they are. And so we are all blessings in the eyes of God, and so we do not count ourselves, we count the blessings in our lives. So now we're going to join with Oren on page 372 with the blessings before the Haftarah. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar b'neviim tovim veratza v'divrechem hanemarim be'emet. Baruch atah Adonai Habocher b'Torah u'v'Moshe avdo u'v'Yisrael amo u'v'nvi'ei ha'emet v'hatzedek.
V'haya mispar b'nei Yisrael kehol hayam asher lo imad velo yisafer v'haya bimkom asher yamer lahem lo ami atem ye'amel lachem b'nei el hai. V'nikbetzu b'nei Yehuda u'b'nei Yisrael yachdav v'samu lahem rosh echad v'yalu miha'aretz ki gadol yom Yisrael. Imru lachem ami Velachotechem Ruhama.
Let's join together in the blessings after the Haftarah. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam sur kol haolamim tzadik bechol hadorot ha'el haneman ha'omer ve'oseh ha'medaber u'mekayem shekol devarav emet v'tzedek al haTorah ve'al ha'avodah ve'al ha'nevi'im ve'al yom ha'shabbat hazeh shenatata lanu Adonai Eloheinu likedusha ve'limenucha lechavod u'letifaret al hakol Adonai Eloheinu anachnu modim lach u'mevarchim otach yitbarach shimcha befi kol chai tamid leolam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh haShabbat. Amen. Amen. Let's give Oren one more big Yasher Koach. As your great-grandfather would say, Oy, 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 ze achazan, which, translated into English is, this is how you do it. Yasher Koach, my friend. Beautiful. And now, Oren is going to teach you all what he has learned about this week's portion, Parashat Bamidbar, and lead us a little bit out of the wilderness, I think.
Being a kid can be like getting lost in the desert, but it is helpful if someone stops you and gives you directions once in a while. My portion of the Torah today comes from the book of Numbers. It is the first chapter of the book and is called Bamidbar, or In a Desert. This chapter takes place in the desert and is the story of how the Israelites wanted to leave slavery behind but did not know what they were supposed to do next. There are a few main parts to my portion. The Jews are lost in the desert without any direction. They are no longer slaves, but do not know how to be Israelites. God instructs Moses to take a census of all men over 20 years old and separates people into groups, giving them specific responsibilities. I think this is interesting because slavery is sometimes like being a kid. You do not have much to say, but you do not have to worry about the things like what's for dinner or how to get home from school or drive to baseball practice. My parents just tell me what to do and it magically happens. The Israelites have been slaves for so long and do not know how to be anything else. So, God tells Moses to take a census and divides everyone up by families. This way, the soldiers begin to sort themselves out and learn their purpose. Some are soldiers, some are priests, and slowly they begin to build a community and a sense of belonging, kind of like growing up. Being an adult is hard, but being a child is hard too. When you are a child, someone else tells you what to do and makes all the rules for you. But you are taken care of. It is hard to be an adult too. Instead of someone telling you what to do all the time, no one tells you anything to do at all. Wandering in a desert or Bemidbar is like the time in between being a kid and becoming an adult or growing from slavery into freedom. It is a time when you can learn what it takes to be a good son, a good brother, a good friend, and a good Jew. To me, being a bar mitzvah means being responsible for my favorite holidays, like Hanukkah. It also might mean that I lead my family in the prayers, or that I might get my parents and my sister's gifts instead of forgetting about them. Being a bar mitzvah also means that on Yom Kippur, I will fast, even though I like food very much and I've never fasted before. Being a bar mitzvah means to be a leader in school and sports. I like winning, but it is also important just to try my best. My mom says that being a bar mitzvah means being responsible, keeping my room clean, doing chores around the house, and picking up dog doo. Thanks, Dad. Just help where I am needed and when asked. As a bar mitzvah, it means I am part of my community and I helped others. If a friend forgets his lunch, I can share my food, or if they are feeling sad or hurt, I can be there for them as a good listener and offer my support. I would like to thank my mom and dad for helping me with my own Bemidbar. I also want to thank my sister for being patient while I practice, and Miss Robin, the cantor, my mentor Andrew, and Rabbi Mason Barkin for helping me prepare. I want to thank my friends and family for coming out to share today with us. And I'm looking forward to seeing everybody at the party tonight because, spoiler alert, I'm an excellent dancer.
All right, thank you, Oren, for sharing those words of Torah with us. At this time, we are going to open up the Torah. We already did that. We're going to open up the ark, put away the Torah, and share some words of blessing with you, both from Cantor and I and from some other important people in your life. So let's stand once more. Aaron and Mara, please join us on the bima to open the ark.
יחללו את שם אדוני, כי נשגב שמו לבדו. עודו על ארץ ושמיים, וירם קרן לעמו, תהילה לכל חסידיו. לבני ישראל עם קרובו, הללויה, הללויה. עץ חיים היא למחזיקים בה, ותומכך מאושר. דרכיך דרכי נועם, וכל נתיבותיך שלום. השיבנו אדוני אליך ונשובה, חדש חדש ימינו, חדש ימינו כקדם.
Well, here we are. Oren, in, you have, like we talked about earlier today, you've come a long way to get until this moment. That this is a day that your parents have been imagining probably since before you were born. And here we are getting to celebrate with you and think about what it means to you and to your family for you to carry on this line of tradition. And I love that perched right on top of your head, we have this adorable baseball kippah. Because when we talked yesterday and we talked about kind of what's important to you in life and how you spend your time and what are the things that matter to you, baseball came up a lot. And now it was really embarrassing because every time I tried to talk baseball with you, you were kind of could tell that I really didn't know what I was talking about at all. But it's also very clear that you do know what you're talking about a lot. And that baseball for you is not just a sport that you love and that you excel at, but it's a way of looking at the world. And it's a way of engaging in life and the world around you. And I asked you, as we're thinking about what your bar mitzvah is all about and what it feels like to be successful, you told me about a recent baseball game where you hit a grand slam. And I don't really know what that is, but it sounds like a big deal. It sounds like a big deal because it is symbolic of success. It's symbolic of winning. It's symbolic of a victory. But also a grand slam doesn't happen alone. That you're the one who has to hit the ball. But my understanding of the sport is that it also requires your team to all be working in coordination. It requires everybody to be training together, to be supporting one another, and that it also isn't fun if your team isn't happy for you. And so for you, success is not just about you being the one to hit the winning ball. Yeah, that works? Okay. But for you to be an equal part of the team and to celebrate others' successes the way that they celebrate yours. And so when we think about what it means to be successful today as a bar mitzvah, and really it's not about today, actually. It's about all the days that come after today. What it means to be successful as an adult in the Jewish community, what it means to be a part of this team, to be a part of this tribe. It's not just about you doing your thing, but about being a part of this whole community of people that supports each other, that celebrates each other, that works together and is there for one another, both in our times of joy and victory and in our times of challenge and defeat. And so for you today, you become as responsible for this team as anybody else on the field. Anybody else on the team, as responsible as anybody else in this community. Because as an adult, anyone's grand slam is everyone's grand slam. And anyone's defeat is everyone's defeat. And we are proud to have you standing in the outfield or in the infield or at the bima, right? And there for all of us as we live this Jewish life and participate in the Jewish world together. So whether it's at camp or whether it's here at Temple or whether it's, representing at school or on your baseball team or wherever it is, you function in the world now as a Jewish adult. And we are proud to have you on the team.
Amen. So
Come on in here too.
we offer you these words of blessing. Yevarechecha Adonai ve'yishmerecha.
May God bless you and may God keep you.
Yair Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka.
May God's face shine on you and be gracious to you.
Yis Adonai panav elecha, ve'asem lecha shalom, shalom.
May you always feel God's presence within you, and may you always be blessed with peace.
Ve'asem lecha shalom, shalom. Amen.
Siman tov u'mazel tov, mazel tov u'siman tov.
Siman tov u'mazel tov, mazel tov u'siman tov. Siman tov u'mazel tov, mazel tov u'siman tov. Yehilanu. Siman tov u'mazel tov, mazel tov u'siman tov. Siman tov u'mazel tov, mazel tov u'siman tov. Siman tov u'mazel tov, mazel tov u'siman tov. Yehelanu.
All right, big man. I wrote a couple of things here. I know that you got 1,000 thoughts running through your head right now, or none at all. It's one of the two. Either way, just remember that no matter how things go for you for the rest of your life, that we've got your back, and that your best day today is always good enough for us. I've watched and listened to you, or pretend to listen, to dozens of coach chats over the years, so I know how this goes. But if there are 2 bits of advice I can share with you about what it means to ascend into manhood, it's the following. The first quote comes from Maya Angelou. People will forget what you said. People will forget what you did. But people will never forget how you made them feel. And the second one comes from Napoleon Hill. You, my friend, are the master of your own destiny. You can influence, direct, and control your own environment. You can make your life what you want it to be. Your mom, Anna, and I will support you until our last breath. We love you and are so proud of you and can't wait to see what you do next, because whatever it is, we know it will be amazing, just like you. I love you, buddy.
We can give a Yasher Koach to Aaron, too. Yasher Koach. All right, thank you so much. And Oren, we're not done. We still have more nice things to say to you. That's the best part. I'd like to invite your mentor, Andrew Goldschmidt, to share a gift from our community.
Well, Oren, we really didn't have a whole lot of time together, which goes to show you were so well prepared even before you and I started working together. But I feel very honored to share this day with you, and I appreciate your family letting me do that. This is the book you've been working out of. It's got your name in it. It's presented to you by the congregation and the rabbis and the cantor. It's yours to keep. You can take the Post-it notes out of it when you want to. I really enjoyed meeting you and getting to know you. I'm sure I'll see you more, and you did a great job. I knew you would. Okay, Mazel Tov. Bye.
Thank you, Andrew. And Wendy Carrier, representing our board of directors, has a few gifts to share with you as well.
On behalf of the board of directors of Congregation Beth Israel, I want to wish you a mazel tov on becoming a bar mitzvah today in our historic congregation. As a board member, this is our most cherished responsibility. We are really proud of you, and we are so excited to welcome you as an adult member of our congregation. I personally want to extend my feelings of joy to you and your family for being here today, and I'm honored to be on the bima. And I also bring well wishes from my daughters, who are your camp counselors up at Camp Stein. So I have some gifts. I have some cheat sheet notes here. In here is your bar mitzvah certificate, as well as gift certificates to Camp Stein, as well as Camp Stein's big trip in Israel. I hope you take advantage of that. We have planted a tree in your name in the Jewish National Fund's forest in Israel. We've also started a philanthropy fund for you as part of the Center for Jewish Philanthropy's B'nai Tzedek Fund. And we have, I believe this is a beautiful Kiddush cup with your name on it. Use this in good health. And lastly, this is a Torah, replica Torah open to your Torah portion. So every year, hopefully you will take a look at that and remind yourself of what a beautiful day this is. And again, mazel tov to you and your family, and well done, job well done. Thank you.
Thank you, Wendy. All right, Oren, now you get to sit and relax for like 3.5 minutes. Sound good? All right, thank you, everyone. We'll keep your gifts just safe for you right here, okay? There we go. All right, let's turn to our concluding prayers. You can find Aleinu on page 586.
Aleinu, well, please stand.
Oh, thank you.
Aleinu leshabeach ladon hakol lateit gedula leotzer breishit shelo asanu kegoye haratzot ולא שמענו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר, והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ. ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
At this time in our service, we turn our thoughts to those who are no longer with us. We remember those who have died in recent days, as well as those who have died at this time in years past. We remember all of those generations of Oren's family who are present with us in our hearts, in our minds, and in our stories. If there's someone you're remembering today and you would like to share their name out loud as we prepare to say Mornesh Kaddish, I invite you to do so at this time. Page 598, we read together. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah.
Amen.
Be'alma divra chirutei v'yamlich malchutei. B'chayechon u'vyomechon u'chayei dechol beit Yisrael. Bagalau v'izman kari v'yimru amen. Yehei shemei rabbah mevarach le'olam u'lalmei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yit hadar, v'yit ale, v'yit halal, shemei de kudasha, barichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechamata, damiran be'alma v'yimru amen. Yehei shalama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'yimru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'yimru amen. May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn and comfort to all who are bereaved, as we say together, amen.
Amen. We invite you to close your Sidurim, put your arm around your neighbor as we join together in a concluding prayer of peace. Oseh shalom bimromav, uyaseh shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imeru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav u'ya'aseh shalom
Shabbat Shalom and
Shabbat
Mazel
Shalom.
Tov to Aaron and Mara and Anna and Oren too. Oren, come on up. We have one more thing to do. If you'll just raise this glass, let's toast this moment with a little bit of sweetness. It's still grape juice.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam haporei peri hagafen.
L'chaim.
L'chaim.
You get to drink it now, yes. Even faster than last night. It's a
Baruch
challah.
atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen.
B'tei Avon.
B'tei Avon,
B'tei Avon,
Shabbat
Camp Stein. You can have some challah and
Shalom.
go share with your friends. Yeah, go carry this around and see if any of your friends want some challah. Shabbat Mazel Tov.